Former Celtic legend Neil Lennon is demanding more from Idah, but if it was me that paid $9 million, I would be demanding a refund. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And Neil Lennon is the latest pundit to come out and criticise Celtic striker Idah, who is just not performing. He's not living up to the expectations that £9.5 million brings when you join the Scottish champions. The guy is struggling. I believe it's now no goals in almost 600 minutes of play. And this is the guy that plays up front for the league leaders, a team that scores a shitload of goals.
There's no excuses for him. I believe it's 552 minutes without a goal, or 56, something in that category. And you know what? He started a lot of games recently. Ever reason Brendan Rodgers he's forgot about the receipt that could get him, a refund, and just started him up front instead of Kyogo. Why is that?
I think as Rodgers is coming under pressure, and he's like, look, I need to actually get this guy a few goals to take the pressure off the signing, so I'm going to start playing him.
I mean, it could be that.
Rather than just leaving $9.5 million sitting on the bench, maybe Rodgers thinks, maybe if I play him, he can play himself into some kind of form.
Has injuries as well, I guess, with Kuhn, so he's played Kyogo out there with Idah through the middle. But tell you what, I'd go with Big Johnny Kenny over Idah. Why not?
Yeah, I would give him a chance. The Irishman was handed a fourth Celtic start on the bounce away to Dundee, making it 31 appearances for the season, but 8 goals in all competitions, with the most recent of those coming at the end of November, have raised questions over his form, especially after Celtic shelled out $9.5 million to sign him permanently from Norwich City in the summer. So, I mean, he had an okay goal ratio, I guess, up until the end of November. I mean, 8 goals, it's not blowing anybody away, but at least he was scoring. But like we've seen since November, and that makes it sound not as bad. But keep in mind, there's been a shitload of football played.
Yeah, no, of
over
course.
The last 2 months.
There's been an insane amount. I believe it's been like 7 games since this. Probably fucking more. Easy more than 7 games.
Way more than 7 games.
I mean, you look. There's been a cup final in there. Didn't really need to remind myself of that. There was 2 games after Christmas. There was a game just before Christmas.
I think there was a Champions League game in there as well.
Yeah, Champions League game in there. So I mean, yeah, a lot of minutes, a lot of opportunities, right? Literally, we made a video yesterday saying, Kieran Darrell, there's no excuses. When he's coming on against tired teams, he should be getting the odd assist or goal. And that's even more so when you're worth $9.5 million and you're coming on up front for the best team in the league against a tired defence. There's no excuses for Idah.
Yeah, now Brendan Rodgers did make an excuse. He said that the big number 9 doesn't need to be scoring goals in order to get a pat on the back. Which, I mean, I just disagree with. But we've seen that many pundits and punters and fans, they're not giving him a pat on the back because they expect more. We've seen his match against Dundee. Honestly, I was unimpressed, and there was that one chance where it looked like he could have got to the ball way before the keeper. And what I seen was a guy that just completely shat it and did not want to make any sort of physical collision with the keeper. And he pulled out when I think the ball was there to be won.
Yeah.
And I think that's a goal waiting for Idah if he goes for it.
He should have went for it and he didn't.
He decided not to. Anyway, Idah is now 12 games without a goal. So yeah, 12 games without a goal. You were saying, 7? Turns out it's a bit more than that, 12, almost double. So, 12 games, no goal for Idah, $9.5 million. Majority, 11 of those games were domestic games. When you're getting paid, when you're paying $9.5 million for someone to come into Scotland, you expect them to be a goal scoring machine.
Yeah. But let's be honest,
it's not like this
3 or 4 wouldn't really be good enough. 12.
It's not like this is 12 games against Champions League opposition.
Oh, aye. Oh, that is it. I mean, I understand Rodgers' point to a degree. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to be scoring goals.
But he doesn't do anything.
But that's about he doesn't do anything. It's not like he's here. He's like lost all his goals, but fuck, he's setting up goals now.
I'd argue like a Lyndon Dykes.
Yeah.
Or a Shanks. Like they
shite Lyndon Dykes in.
No, but they sometimes, like Shanks this season, right? He's not been scoring goals, but he's still been contributing to the team. He's involved in the build-up. I think you look at Lyndon Dykes, and I mean, we always say that. Well, I think we agree that, and a lot of other fans agree that Lyndon Dykes, Scotland seem to play their best with him up front. Even if he's not the guy up front that's most likely to get you a goal.
Yeah.
You do feel like Scotland play better and he contributes more than just scoring goals. What does Idah contribute? Does Celtic play better with Idah up front than Kyogo? Let's take goals at the equation.
No.
No, they do not. Does Celtic look more dangerous with Idah up front than Kyogo? No, absolutely not. I mean, Kyogo always at least gives you an out ball. Even in that game when Celtic got pumped against Rangers, there was a few balls where they played, and yeah, he ended up being offside. But I mean, at least Kyogo can be dangerous. He can make runs.
Yep.
Like Adam Idah doesn't do nothing. He just stands there.
He should be the big physical striker. It's a good alternative.
He's like a lamppost.
Yep.
Tall but skinny and frail and fragile,
and only works at night. And
well, he doesn't work at all, does he?
That's it.
Well, maybe if Celtic played more. Well, hold on. I mean, pretty much the last 12 games have been played at night, haven't they? And he's done hee-haw.
Done hee-haw.
Maybe he's a lamppost when he light eye. Could be it, aye.
Aye.
You think $9.5 million Norwich would at least supply the light bulb, the battery?
Well, let's get into what Lennon said.
Aye, let's get into it. So, Lennon said the following on Sky Sports. He said, quote, "Where's he fitting in? Well, he's got to do better. It's as simple as that. He should have scored in the first half. He makes some runs but keeps going instead of changing his runs. At times, he's got to hold up the ball a lot better, and he's got to get on the end of crosses. There's that one that came in at the far post and he more or less ducked out of it when he should be going at it, attacking it. I think he's got good attributes, but he's got to do a lot more. If I'm the captain in there, Callum, I'm going, come on, we need more out of you. It's time he played the width of the box instead of making all these wee runs outside the channels, outside the box. Especially if Celtic are in the final third, he's got to stay central and link up the play a bit better as well." End of quote for Lennon. Lennon there maybe also taking a wee subtle dig there at Callum, saying that the captain should be doing more, getting more at Adam Idah, should be speaking with Idah.
I mean, as much as me and you do like a wee dig at Callum McGregor, I mean, we can't just be blaming Callum McGregor for every other Celtic player.
I mean, what can McGregor do? What realistically can McGregor do? Go up to Adam Idah during the match and go, "You're fucking shite, mate." How did Rodgers agree to pay $9.5 million for you?
End of the day, like, I mean, did Henrik Larsson need the captain to turn up his game? And if you're a good player, you're good.
So you're saying that Adam Idah's not a good player then?
Fuck no.
Right, Chris Boyd also gave his opinion. He says, quote,
"He's shite."
"I just don't know what's going on with him. I get the fact that when you're a striker and you're not scoring goals, you maybe overthink things. I know people speak about $9 million and it's a hefty price tag, I get that. But he doesn't seem to be the same player that came up here last season hungry. There's no edge to his play. He's struggling at this moment in time, and he'll find himself back out of the team now because Kyogo will go through the middle, Maida will come back in, and Kuhn will be on the right-hand side. And now he can't complain and say, I've not really got a chance, because you've had a chance. The amount of times he's come on in games and scored because teams are tired and defending, he's got to do more." End of quote. So, I mean, is that Idah's... Does most of his goals, do you think, come from that? Just coming on late on when Celtic are just adding goals? And I mean, we always hear how Celtic have such quality players on the bench that they can make the 5 subs and it doesn't weaken them. Other clubs can't afford to make 5 subs, or else, you know, their team gets...
Well, Celtic can afford to make 5 subs. He just can't be one of the 5.
No, but is that not where his goals, you think, have come from, the majority of them?
I mean, I'd say so, but any good striker, it shouldn't matter if you're coming off the bench or starting. Last season, yeah, he came off the bench and scored a lot of goals, a lot of crucial goals.
Well, Boyd believes that he does better off the bench.
Well, he's shite either way, though. Look at the last 12 games. It's been a mixed bag of starting off the bench, and he's had not hee-haw. So let's stop this charade that if he came off the bench, he'd be... You try to tell me, right, if this guy was so much better off
Boyd's
the bench...
saying.
Yeah, well, Boyd talks pish sometimes. As much as I love the guy, he talks a bit of shite. You try to tell me if this guy was so good off the bench, Kyogo wouldn't be starting him? And then just bring him off the bench? Simple. Why is Boyd not the Celtic manager then? It's that easy.
I can give you a few reasons why Boyd's not the Celtic manager.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one reason why Idah is shite, right? 9.5 million. No player for 9.5 million should be getting brought in to be used to come off the bench to get goals.
No. You don't pay $9.5 million for that.
No, because see, it's Celtic, right? You should be signing $9.5 million striker to start. See a guy, right? See a guy you're bringing off the bench to get goals late on. That should be that shouldn't be your whole. That should be your Johnny Kenny. That should be your like a Cedric Itten kind of striker.
And
Not a guy you spend near 10 million on. Come on, anyone with a brain cell can fucking look at that.
Aye, so there you go, guys. Neil Lennon wants more. Boyd thinks that there's something wrong, doesn't have the same passion, doesn't have the same fight, doesn't have the same edge to his game. Boyd thinks he's better as a substitute than he is as a starter.
It's the same with Engels, right? Celtic signed Engels thinking he'll slot into the free easy. But the reality is, like, the likes of Bernardo and especially McCowan have stepped up. McCowan, I think personally was brought in as depth and for a guy to be subbed on. But he's definitely grown more. You don't spend like $9.5 million just to use a guy solely off the bench.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean? You look at the guys who are on the bench are normally just worse than the guys starting. That's the way football's always been. That's the fucking reality of it. I mean, Hamza Gamani spent 3 months on the bench, but now he's starting ahead of Dessers. You want to know why? Because he's better. If Idah was coming off the bench, right, and laying the smackdown, he'd be starting games. But for whatever reason, Brendan Rodgers seems to start him even though he's been shy off the bench.
Well, I'm pretty sure that is due to injuries.
It is due to injuries.
Now that Kuhn's back, I think that...
Yeah, but Johnny Kenny should be starting.
Yeah, well...
Brendan Rodgers discriminating against the League of Ireland.
We won't go that far, right? That's it. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like. Let's know your thoughts, man. Is Adam Idah done? Is Adam Idah overrated? Well, of course, yes. He wasn't worth the 9.5 million. Can he turn his Celtic career around? Or, I mean, if Celtic were offered like half of what they paid for him, I think they'd actually be tempted to sell.
Yep. 5 million.
Especially if they could spend that 5
who's wanting him?
And invest it on someone else.
Who would want him?
I think Norwich would take him back for 4. That'd be pretty fucking ironic, wouldn't it?
It would be. Nah, Norwich wouldn't want him.
Norwich are laughing their way to the bank. Anyway, that's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.